Hey everyone! Today we're diving deep into one of the most epic battles in monster movie history, the ocean showdown between Godzilla and King Ghidorah in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019. This fight was brutal, intense, and ultimately decided the fate of the planet. But how exactly did Godzilla, who was getting overpowered earlier, turn the tables and utterly destroy Ghidorah in the water? Was it just raw strength, strategy, or something else entirely? Ghidorah arrives on Earth and quickly establishes dominance. Not only does he unleash destruction across the globe, but his existence disrupts the natural order, challenging Godzilla's position as the alpha predator. But Godzilla isn't one to back down from a challenge, especially when the survival of the Earth is at stake. For much of the movie, Godzilla is severely injured and weakened, while Ghidorah dominates the skies and is seemingly unstoppable. This sets the stage for a massive showdown between the two, a battle not just for dominance, but for the future of the planet itself. This is where the ocean fight becomes so crucial. Stick around because we're breaking down every detail, from their physical abilities to the hidden tactics Godzilla used, to explain why the ocean was Ghidorah's biggest weakness and how Godzilla secured his victory. And hey, if you love Godzilla content, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the ocean fight, we need to understand the bigger picture. Up until this point, King Ghidorah was dominating. In Antarctica, he overpowered Godzilla easily, thanks to his flight, gravity beams, and sheer aggression. In Boston, even with Mothra's help, Godzilla was struggling. Ghidorah's regeneration, three-headed coordination, and lightning-based attacks made him nearly unstoppable. But then came the game-changer, the ocean. After Dr. Serizawa's sacrifice, Godzilla absorbed the nuke's energy, went thermonuclear, and dragged Ghidorah into the depths. And that's where everything changed. At first glance, you might think, Godzilla just got stronger, so he won. But it's way more than that. The ocean itself was Ghidorah's worst nightmare, and here's why. Ghidorah's biggest advantage was gone. Flight. Ghidorah is a sky dominator. His wings give him speed, evasion, and aerial superiority. But underwater, no flight means no quick escapes. His movements became sluggish. Notice how he flaps his wings uselessly. Godzilla, on the other hand, is built for water, strong swimmer, agile, and can maneuver effortlessly. Gravity beams were less effective. Ghidorah's lightning-based gravity beams are deadly on land. But underwater? The ocean fight happens near the climax of the film, following Godzilla's revival after being nearly killed by Ghidorah. After receiving a boost of energy from the oxygen destroyer, Godzilla recovers enough to finally challenge Ghidorah once more. As Ghidorah flies away from the battle site, Godzilla tracks him into the ocean, setting up for one of the most intense and dramatic battles in the film. Why is the ocean setting significant? For one, the ocean represents a neutral playing field. While Godzilla is most powerful in water, the ocean also provides an interesting environment for a battle. Ghidorah, despite his size and power, is not as accustomed to underwater combat, which gives Godzilla a potential advantage. Additionally, the vastness of the ocean limits Ghidorah's aerial mobility, forcing him into a more confined space. Imagine the massive waves crashing, the moonlight glinting off the water, and the roar of Godzilla echoing through the ocean as he swims towards Ghidorah, who's hovering in the sky. This is the scene where Godzilla, once again, shows his true power. Electricity disperses in water, meaning his beams lost focus and power. Meanwhile, Godzilla's atomic breath was amplified by his thermonuclear state, hitting harder than ever. Godzilla's home turf advantage. Godzilla has fought underwater before. Remember the Mutos in 2014? He knows how to use water pressure to his advantage, dragging Ghidorah deeper. Tail whips and grapples. Ghidorah had no experience in underwater combat. Ambush tactics. He surprised Ghidorah multiple times. After weakening Ghidorah in the water, Godzilla went for the absolute annihilation. Here's how it went down. Thermonuclear overdrive. Godzilla's body was supercharged, meaning his atomic breath was at maximum output. Mouth grab. He clamped onto Ghidorah's neck, preventing any counterattack. Point-blank atomic breath. He fired directly into Ghidorah's body, vaporizing him from the inside out. This wasn't just a win, it was total overkill. And it proved one thing. In the ocean, Godzilla is unstoppable. Godzilla, often seen as the more intelligent of the two titans, knows how to use his environment to his advantage. One of the key aspects of the ocean fight is Godzilla's ability to maneuver in the water. Unlike King Ghidorah, who's mainly an aerial fighter, Godzilla is amphibious, thriving in both land and sea. This gives him the upper hand in this specific environment. As the battle commences, Godzilla uses his underwater agility to close the gap between him and Ghidorah. Godzilla's ability to move through the water with incredible speed and power surprises Ghidorah. The water allows Godzilla to dodge Ghidorah's attacks, particularly his devastating gravity beams. Ghidorah's flying capabilities are somewhat neutralized by the vast open ocean, leaving him vulnerable in ways he hasn't been before. Meanwhile, Godzilla takes full advantage of his aquatic home, attacking Ghidorah from below, where Ghidorah can't easily strike back. With each move, Godzilla gradually weakens Ghidorah, who begins to realize that he is not as invincible in this environment as he once thought. Now, some fans ask, would Godzilla have won if the fight stayed on land? Honestly, maybe not. Ghidorah was still faster in the air. His gravity beams wouldn't be weakened. He could regenerate unless completely obliterated. But the ocean removed all of Ghidorah's strengths, turning the fight in Godzilla's favor. Let's talk about the actual fight itself. As Ghidorah unleashes his gravity beams from all three of his heads, Godzilla initially struggles to avoid them. Ghidorah is relentless, firing beam after beam, and at times, it seems like the king of the monsters might be overwhelmed. However, Godzilla's sheer durability and regenerative abilities come into play. With his new surge of energy and the help of his allies, Godzilla's final push against King Ghidorah is nothing short of spectacular. In a moment that has become iconic in kaiju cinema, Godzilla unleashes his full, unbridled power. He charges up a massive atomic breath attack, the likes of which we've never seen before. The scene is set. Godzilla, now glowing with energy, unleashes a powerful blast of atomic breath that cuts through the ocean and strikes Ghidorah directly. The blast not only damages Ghidorah physically, but also disrupts his control over the natural elements. The sheer force of the blast is enough to stun Ghidorah, and it creates a moment where the three-headed beast is vulnerable for the first time in the battle. Godzilla, using the last of his strength, charges toward Ghidorah. He grabs the three-headed monster and, with a final roar, rips through one of Ghidorah's heads, effectively neutralizing the most dangerous part of Ghidorah's power. At one point, Ghidorah catches Godzilla off guard, and the two engage in a vicious face-to-face confrontation. This moment is crucial because it highlights Ghidorah's ability to overpower Godzilla with his beams and physical might. Ghidorah tries to use his aerial advantage, shooting gravity beams from multiple angles to hit Godzilla from above. But Godzilla fights back, utilizing his sheer physical strength to grapple with Ghidorah. In this intense back and forth, Godzilla begins to land powerful blows. His tail sweeps through the water, knocking Ghidorah off balance, and Godzilla strikes with brutal force, landing crushing blows with his claws. Godzilla's relentless aggression starts to wear down Ghidorah. However, Ghidorah is far from defeated. His three heads work in perfect coordination, and he continues to unleash wave after wave of destruction. But, much like the rest of the movie, Godzilla's resilience and tenacity shine through. So, there you have it. Godzilla didn't just overpower Ghidorah, he outsmarted him. By forcing the battle underwater, he neutralized Ghidorah's flight, weakened his beams, and dominated in close combat. The ocean fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah isn't just about two monsters duking it out for supremacy. It's a battle for balance and the future of the world itself. Godzilla's victory over Ghidorah represents more than just physical strength. It's a testament to resilience, intelligence, and the ability to adapt to any challenge. In the end, Godzilla's triumph is the culmination of everything we've seen throughout the film. From his struggle against Ghidorah's overwhelming power to the divine intervention of Mothra and the other titans, this battle is about the survival of the Earth and the creatures that inhabit it. It's a perfect example of how strategy, environment, and raw power combine to give Godzilla the ultimate win. So, what did you think of this fight? Was Ghidorah cheated, or did Godzilla deserve the victory? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more Godzilla vs. Kaiju content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.